Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be showcasing how to install the Platform 1 on your 3rd gen Toyota Tacoma. All right, let's get right in. Step number 1, diving right into it, is going to be assembling the platform. So Adrian's over there getting this platform all finished up and assembled. If you want to figure out how to assemble the platform, we actually do have a video dedicated to assembling it. So go ahead and watch that first. At the same time, if you're installing the side lights, now is the best time, or during that is the best time to do the wiring. So we made a separate video that's also covering the wiring. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna watch both of those videos first. Once you get there, once you finish those, come back here and then we'll get started on installing the Platform 1 on your 3rd gen Toyota Tacoma. All right, so before we go ahead and get started with all the things we gotta do to get this thing ready, let's real quick talk about the tools and materials needed necessary to install the Platform 1 on your 3rd gen Toyota Tacoma. So starting right off, a ratchet and a metric set of sockets is gonna do you justice here, along with a wrench set, a metric wrench set as well. You're also gonna want a set of metric hex keys. Those will also come in handy. And then for this one in particular, a razor blade and a plastic trim tool will actually help you out too. You'll see here in a little bit. And then going into the other things is we're gonna need some RTV for your spacers. So RTV is gonna be important, along with some nice to haves. It's gonna be nice to have an air shim. We'll talk about how to use the air shim towards the end. It's gonna be more to get your light bar all nice and settled. And that's gonna really cover it. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we're gonna start with step number 2, which is gonna be prepping the roof, getting it ready for the Platform 1. So what we're gonna go ahead and do first is there's some plastic trim there in the gutter rails. What we're gonna do is we need to remove that so we can gain access to the OEM holes. That's how we're gonna mount the Platform 1. So first step is we're gonna remove it and then take a look inside. There should be some seam sealer around it. We're gonna take a razor blade, dig around a little bit, similar to what we did with the Raptor install. We're gonna go ahead and do on this. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start getting this removed. We're gonna use a plastic trim tool. All you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of just get this under this at the beginning right here, at the beginning of where this thing runs. Once you get it one thing off, you can go ahead and just start pulling, and it's going to start coming right off. All right, so once you have that rubber trim removed, the next bit is going to be actually locating these weird patches of tape, they look like. So we're gonna go ahead, and if you run your finger across it, you'll notice there's 2 holes per each section. There's gonna be 1, 2, and 3 sections per side. What we're gonna do now is after you rub your finger and you can kind of locate the hole, you'll see the center of the hole. We're gonna grab a razor blade and we're gonna cut out this hole. We're just gonna do X's. However, you can cut out perfect circles if you'd like. And then from here, we can get it ready to have the spacers RTV'd in place. Just note, this should be clean since that rubber piece was there, but if it is very dirty, take some alcohol wipes or some glass cleaner and get this nice and clean just to have a better surface for that RTV. All right, so once you have the holes prepped up top and area is nice and clean, the next step is we're gonna move to these spacers. We're gonna be taking some RTV and surrounding one side of the spacers. We're gonna do that, and then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna insert it over the holes. Make sure not to cover the hole with too much RTV. We're gonna get those nice and pressed down. And then the next step is gonna be actually putting the brackets, pre-installing the brackets on there. We'll talk about the order. It's a little bit different with something like the Toyota Tacoma versus like your GX or your 4Runner. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll work our way to the brackets. All right, so once you RTV all the spacers, you're gonna go ahead and place them over the hole. Again, make sure not to cover the hole. You're gonna place them RTV facing down. Once you place it, we're gonna go ahead and move our way to the brackets. All right, so this side right here is gonna be for the driver's side. This side right here is gonna be for the passenger side. These longer ones with the 2 elongated holes are gonna be for the rear of the vehicle. These one right here with the single slotted holes that are gonna be a little bit longer than the next one, those are gonna be for the middle of the roof rack. And then over to these two right here are actually gonna be paired together. This is gonna be the front of the truck, and you can tell which side is which by where the slotted hole is. So if the slotted hole is facing to the back, you know it's orientated the correct way. This flat plate, as you can see across there, is always gonna be to the outside of the vehicle. So that's how you can tell this is gonna be for the driver's side and this is gonna be for the passenger side. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get these installed. So real quickly, as you can tell, we are a little early on this. So we are filming this before we have all of the finished hardware. So we actually don't have the correct sealing washers. However, in your kit, you're gonna be getting M6 bolts with M6 sealing washers. Those are gonna be those washers with those neoprene underneath, along with your standard flat washer. So what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna put the sealing washer on first and then your flat washer. And then to finish everything off, you're gonna put your bracket just like this. This is the orientation that you're gonna need to install them. Just remember, all of these flat plates are gonna be facing towards the outside of the vehicle. All right, so it's just something as a reminder, if you've worked with Toyota roofs before, they are a little particular. So these two right here and those two in the back are gonna have what's like a U-nut. So they're both tied together. So what I always make sure to do is I would install both of these at the same time, and I would keep them, I'll show you real quick, under even pressure. So don't push down one side more than the other, and go finger tight first. Don't use any power tools or anything. I wouldn't even use a wrench or a ratchet just yet. I would just get it started with your finger, and then once it's nice and started and both of them feel like they're catching on the threads, then you can go ahead and take an electric ratchet or a standard ratchet and start tightening it down. However, using an electric tool of any sort on the roof is a use at your own risk. I would tend to just try to go really nice and slow. Even with an electric ratchet, we're gonna take things slow, apply even pressure. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So our main goal here is gonna be to get it nice and snug, but it still needs to be able to move around like this. This will come in handy when we start actually moving the rack around to get it nice and centered. You want these to have a little bit of movement in them. All right, so I'm gonna keep doing this and then work our way down and get all of these brackets in. All right, so as we stated before with those washers, we are a little bit in the prototype phase, so just note that this is gonna look a little bit different than what it'll look like when you open the box. Specifically those rear brackets, like I showed earlier, it will be one single piece. However, we don't actually have that correct single piece here in hand today, so we're using two in the rear. Just don't mind it, it's gonna look different on yours, so that's just how we're running it right now. So now that the brackets are installed, the next step is gonna be taping down your headliner right here, just outside of the brackets. The reason we're gonna do this is when we're moving the rack and we're getting it on there, there is a slight chance whether we drop it, it falls, it slips, whatever happens, we can scratch up here. So we recommend doing this. It's not a necessary step, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. So let's get it started. All right, so the next step after you get everything all taped up is we're gonna go ahead and put the rack on. Just note, once we put this rack on, we're gonna be moving it around and doing a lot of things going really, really fast. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna explain briefly what will need to happen once we get the roof rack on and how we're gonna actually get it installed. Just because there's only 3 of us right now, there is a chance that we might not be able to cover it perfectly. So I'm gonna describe everything, and then if we're able to cover it, we'll just show the B-roll of what that'll look like. The most important thing is we're gonna get this thing on. You're gonna want as many people as you can get. 4 is always ideal. Right now we have 3, so we're gonna do what we can with what we have. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it up on top. You're gonna notice there's gonna be some square holes on the side below the extrusion of the Platform 1 rack. what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those M6 carriage bolts, we're gonna push those through. So after we get everything up and even as much as we can, you're gonna kind of have someone hold it up. We're gonna be pushing carriage bolts through, trying to get it through these holes. Once you get them pushed in, you're gonna wanna hand tight, throw on the washer and the nylon nuts, get those nice and as hand tight as you can, and move your way around the entire vehicle, getting all of those in. Once you get all of those in, then you're gonna go ahead and take a ratchet or a wrench and get them as tight as possible, get them nice and snug. Or what make sure you do is leave the top little bracket, the one that's allowing it to slide, leave that nice and loose, because once you get everything cinched up, now what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna take a step back, look at it from both the front and the back, and make sure the rack is centered on the vehicle. Once everything looks nice and centered, then you're gonna go ahead and get these M6 bolts nice and tight, get them really snug, make sure everything is nice and just not moving around or sliding anymore. Then after that, we'll go ahead and talk about the next and last step. All right, so we're cinching up the last of the carriage bolts right now. Adrian's on the roof getting that done. So once all of that is done, we're gonna be sliding this thing around, make sure it's all nice and centered on the roof. We're gonna be looking at it from the front and from the back, like I said earlier, and make sure that it is centered. Once it's centered, we're gonna cinch down with 10mm wrenches all of those brackets to make sure it's not moving. And then we're gonna move on to the light bar, and then we're done. All right. Let's get this going. All right, so the next and final step is going to be the Pro 6. So the last and final step is going to be removing all of the tape on the side of this roof rack. Some of it's gonna be a little bit under, it's totally fine. Just rip it right off, and you are all done. So that's it for installing a Platform 1 on your 3rd gen Toyota Tacoma. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions about assembling the rack or wiring the rack, go ahead and watch those other 2 videos we mentioned at the beginning of the video. All right, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.